Democrats are hoping a change at the top of the party will help fix the problems that cost them Congress and the White House this year. But who will the new DNC chair be? Joining us now, South Carolina Democratic Party Chair Jamie Harrison. He is just one of the candidates for the DNC chair position. Jamie, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Well, let's kick things off with just a reality check. Democrats took a serious shellacking here in this last elective cycle, and the forward, it looks like a pretty steep climb as well. Why do you think you're the one that should lead the party going forward?
Well, listen, as a young person, if I'm elected chair, I'll probably be the youngest chair ever in the history of the party at 40 years old. But I bring a different perspective. I'm able to be that bridge between Washington, D.C. and what's going on in the neighborhoods on Main Street, in the grassroots. For a number of years, I ran the whip operation for House Democrats. So every time we had a bill on the floor, I was the guy to get the 218 votes. And then I went back home to South Carolina to help rebuild our party. So being a state party chair in a red state, I have a first-hand perspective on all of the things that we need to do in order to break out as a party in a region like the South.
And Jamie, you know, you bring up a good point there. Your youth, your relative youth there as part of the party. One of the criticisms that's been leveled at the Democrats recently is that there's this lost generation of Dems. And as far as young Democrats are concerned, there aren't a whole lot of people waiting in the wings. So how do you draw in those younger Democrats and get them involved in politics, particularly at the local and the state level, where you may not get as much attention or see as much glamour as you might at the national level?
Yeah, you know, there's a saying, in the darkness of night we see our brightest stars, and I really believe that for the Democratic Party. You know, it's a tough time to be a Democrat, but there are a lot of great talent that we have in the party on a national level, and we're doing some things in South Carolina that I think that we can replicate across the country in order to bring out that next bench of talent on the state level. We created a fellowship called the James E. Clyburn Political Fellowship, where we're training young people to be the next candidates, to be the next county party chairs. So it's a really, really exciting time for us in South Carolina, and I think we can replicate that on a national level.
You know, how do you make change when so much of the old guard is still in place? And House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi just reelected, that sort of thing. How do you overcome old thoughts or bring people around to sort of this new generation that you're hoping to see get involved?
Well, I think part of that is to transform the philosophy for the party. We have to stop being a party that just goes around begging for votes every 2 or 4 years, and we have to become a party that is in the community, a party that is in the neighborhoods working to help address the day-to-day issues that people are feeling. That's how you bring younger talent into the party. Young people want to serve. They want to change things. And we just can't do the same old things that we've done year after year after year. And those are the types of things and the types of new ideas and innovations I want to bring to the Democratic Party.
You know, Republicans will control more than 30 governor's mansions nationwide in the upcoming year. They'll have control of legislative chambers in some 25 different states. Not the case for Democrats. At that local level, how do you draw people in?
Well, the first and foremost, we have to go back to the Howard Dean model of the 50-state strategy. I mean, when we had that 50-state strategy in 2006 and 2008, Democrats had tremendous gains. We won the House, we won the Senate, we won the White House, we controlled governorships and state houses. But we went away from that after 2008. I think we got drunk off of the fact that we had Barack Obama, who was this greater-than-life charismatic figure, and as a result, we took our eye off of the ball. And what happened in states, we all just kind of fell apart. And so we have to go back to the foundation. We have to invest in our state parties. And that's at the core of what I want to do as DNC chair.
All right, Jamie Harrison, the chair of the South Carolina Democratic Party and also in the running for DNC chair as well. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.